Hey y'all, welcome to Chai Tea Tuesdays. I have a chai tea from Starbucks today, and today is Trump talk. So we are gonna talk quickly about Donald Trump, my ex-boss. For those of you who don't know who I am and why I was employed by Donald Trump, my name is Sanchez. I am a newlywed, just hit my 1-year anniversary, still feel like a newlywed, and 2 years ago, Donald Trump was my boss when I was Miss USA. I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet, just share with you my stories about my experiences with Trump. This is not a political video whatsoever, just my experiences with Trump as my boss. I guess we'll start in the beginning. I first met Mr. Trump at the Miss USA pageant right before, like a day or two before we were going to actually compete, and he sat in the audience and watched all the girls through rehearsal. It was kind of crazy. I feel like all the girls said he had a list of everyone's names and he was making notes, which was like, ooh, kind of like made people anxious to see if he was like putting lots of notes or a few notes or crossing their name out or circling their name, but I wasn't paying attention to that. So we all, on our way out of rehearsals, got to shake his hand, meet him as we were leaving. And then when I won Miss USA 2014, he came up, gave me a hug, said congratulations, and took a picture with him, and that was it. So let me just, like, before we get all into this, let me say that I never had one of those bad experiences with Trump where he was inappropriate like a lot of women have had. Although I never had that experience, I'm not saying whatsoever that any women have not had that experience. So just for me, he was like a normal boss. I had moments where, say I was in a parade and I made like the front page of the newspaper, and I was excited about it, and then I get the actual newspaper from Mr. Trump delivered to me, and in Sharpie it says, "You're doing a great job at being Miss USA. Keep up the good work," or something like that. So as a boss, he was a good boss to me. I saw him at many charity events and just like regular events here and there, and he was always respectful. I saw him with his wife, I saw him with his son, and the most we ever really talked about was like, you know, congrats on being Miss USA. How are you liking your year? One time when he came into the office, he gave me a really hard time because in an interview and I hadn't really spent time with him. It was my first 3 months as Miss USA. They said, "Tell us how Mr. Trump is. Is he nice? Is he funny? Is he weird?" And I joked around and said, "I don't know. Someone needs to tell him he should be grabbing lunch with me. I haven't even talked to the guy." So like, he's very much up on his businesses and all the different aspects, I feel like, because he saw that like one interview, and I'm sure he's seen everything else as well, and he commented on it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I never see you," but it was after I'd seen him like 4 times in 1 month. So he was sarcastic and joking and just like a normal person. My favorite experience with Mr. Trump was myself and Miss Universe, Gabriella. We had to do the ice bucket challenge, so we all rode straight on up to the rooftop of Trump Towers in Manhattan on 5th Avenue, and he comes up out of his like penthouse because he like lives on the top floor, obviously, and we have a conversation with him real quick, and then the camera turns on and bam, he turns into Mr. Trump. I do feel like he has a camera personality. In front of the cameras, he just like turns into Donald Trump or Donald. So we poured the ice bucket on his head. His hair is real, just so you know. I mean, at least it looked real. It didn't come off when we poured freezing cold ice on his head. My experience at Miss Universe with him was a little different. It was the only time that I got kind of like, not a weird vibe, but just kind of like an annoying vibe, I would say. Not that he was annoying, just the situation. So say all of us girls would be in rehearsal. We'd be rehearsing morning till night, trying to get our choreography down, and he would just like walk into our rehearsal room, which if he walks in fine, but he would walk in with like 20 of his golf buddies and business partners, just like hang out and watch us rehearse. And then after we rehearse, all the girls would like go up and like introduce themselves and take pictures with everybody, and I just felt like it was one of those things like, let me show off my girls to ya. I don't know. That's just how it felt in the moment. He never walked into our dressing rooms, by the way. I never had that experience. What else? Okay, and then and this is like not weird, it was just so uncomfortable, I guess I would say, is at the end of my year of being Miss USA. Like, my whole year was great. My year and experiences with him were fine. And then he announces he's gonna run for president. He starts talking about Mexicans and how Mexico is sending their rapists and murderers and like bad hombres across the border. And it was really insulting because I am Mexican. My dad is half Mexican. My family was not rapists and murderers, and it was very, very hard for me to deal with that. Like, my boss that I did respect and appreciated as a boss my whole year would come out and say things like that. Like, it's insulting as a Latina, it's insulting as a Mexican American, like, it's just insulting. And I feel like that was probably like the most disappointing part of my year with my experiences with Donald Trump. Everything else was great. I never had any of those inappropriate circumstances, but yeah, that's my experience with Mr. Trump. I have nothing else to really say about that. Just me doing a little bit of Trump talk, especially because we're voting next week, so I might as well get this video out there before the decision is made. Oh, I'm so nervous for America. To be honest, I really don't like either Trump or Hillary. But again, trying not to get political because I could have political conversations about this all day long. I want to just hear your comments below. I would try to like give a question, like, what do you think about this? Or who do you think to blah, 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 blah. But I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to go with this. Just comment below what you thought of the video, I guess, and my experiences with Trump, because I have no idea what else to have you guys comment below about. Anywho, thank you for joining me again on Chai Tea Tuesday. Cheers to Chai Tea Tuesday. Anywho, plus I'm still on my cell phone. I need to find my camera. I can't find my camera, which is why I'm just doing a super basic shot, because it just would be way better with a nice camera.